Hey, everybody. Welcome into the Big Factor here on the Big Play Sports Network. Ryan Tyler, Jack
Picking
O'Rourke,
up the vibe.
Nick Padone. Guys, this is a special edition of the Big Factor because as you're watching this, it'll be 10 a.m. on Friday.
Big
However,
Factor after dark.
we're not recording at 10 a.m.
Nope.
I said live, get over it, but we're not live. We're here at Burke, and it is about, let's see.
It's 11.
It is damn near 11 o'clock. We just got back from the Cleveland Sports Awards, the 25th anniversary of that. Got some amazing content there. Got to talk to some ton of amazing people. Really, I was behind the scenes, of course. Nick, you were really the one that got to talk to a bunch of amazing people. What did you guys think?
It was cool. You know, I've gone to this event for a lot of years now. So it's cool for me to really see, like, especially like I'm such a fan of this city and like I'm such a fan of these teams. Like it's cool everybody gets together for one night and then like you know all the people that they're able to bring, and it's just like you know you get opportunities to catch up with people that you haven't seen. You know, it's a big like networking kind of hodgepodge, but then also you know all of our people that are in the Big Play universe that were up there. Like you know it was cool seeing the Top Dog up there and Booby obviously. Yeah, and Booby obviously presented awards, so it was cool. And we'll have some cool content coming too, like in the Big Play app in the next couple of days. Like fun interview with Mike Hargrove, fun interview with Charles Nagy. Like Rajay Davis is just a gem of a human being. And then we talked to you know a lot of the other recipients as well. You know, college recipients. We did an interview. I did an interview with the Cleveland Charge, which is interesting to say the least. So yeah, it was a fun time.
Yeah, I had a great time, man. I mean, my dad grew up telling me stories about the 90s Indians playing catch in the front yard, and that's exactly what it was, seeing Nagy, Lofton, some of those big names. I was starstruck in a way for sure. It's pretty cool to see a lot of those guys out there.
Starstruck, I like that, Jack.
Yeah, I mean, those guys are legends.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool. Some of the award winners, Donovan Mitchell,
Athlete of the year.
Professional Athlete of the Year, should have went to Katie Moon, whatever.
Was that kind of surprising? I mean, like, you know, obviously Donovan Mitchell, you know.
It was dumb that... It wasn't dumb. I get it how he had to pre-record the video, but it would have been so much cooler if you had Katie Moon, who was there up on the stage accepting the award.
Yeah.
I thought that
that's kind of, I mean, that's kind of the, like, that's the thing with like the NFL draft too. Like, isn't it always kind of weird with like, you know, there's so much anticipation. They do the red carpet, you know, the pageantry around the draft, and then they get up there with the first pick, you know, and select, and then they read the name and like the kid's at home hugging his family, and it's just kind of like, yeah, a little anticlimactic. You know, but Donovan chose Cleveland, you know, this year. Like that's probably the biggest thing that happened this year. The guards, you know, had an incredible postseason run. I don't know. Yeah, like what we're saying, like Katie, though, like Olympics only comes around once every 4 years, and then a medal your last 2 times, and you're only 2 times out. Like that's saying something. So I don't know. I say next year we do the Big Play Sports Awards, since pretty much everybody that was up there work for us anyways. We just do the Big Play Sports Awards, do it here at Burke, and then we do our own awards.
like the Dundies.
Like the Dundies. Yeah.
We could go to
What
we're
do their trophies look like?
Yeah, I don't know. Like we're not trying to steal their thing, but it's the Big Play Award, and we do weird award. You know, we do like, you know, theirs is moment of the year. Ours is like not moment of the year. You know, like Deshaun Watson. You know, the controversy of fans cheering after Deshaun Watson.
You got to think
Predator of the year between Deshaun Watson and Justin Tucker
and Bobby George.
Hey, the Charge love Town Hall.
Yo, Bobby George has to win that one. That freak of a human being.
Yeah, he's got some issues.
All right, chill out. Well,
is that your boy, Bobby George, or something?
No, I've never met him. That was just a joke. Like I have no idea really who he is outside of the headlines. So yeah, that was just a joke. My bad. Innocent until proven guilty, or whatever they say. But yeah, like it was a cool night. But I do think there's like, now we know how many people would you guys say were there? Like, did they announce that?
Probably.
It was the whole lower bowl for
couple,
sure.
At least it had been. It felt like a couple thousand.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we could probably get like 250 to 500 people to show up.
For sure. Yeah.
To show up here at the airport.
APJ calling the dogs, baby. We need the presidents put in an order.
Yeah, and do like the Dundies, you know, where like and we have like all the people that work here go up as the presenters, and you know, like you could have Ken kind of play the role of Michael Scott, where he's up there like telling the jokes, getting kicked out of the Chili's, and just give the awards right there.
We could win Big Play New Daily Show of the Year.
We could.
I think it's a possibility.
We're probably going to be the only Daily Show.
We better.
Year,
I'll ring it if we don't. If we don't win, that's pretty sad.
Yeah. And all the awards could be like painfully rigged because it's our award show. We do whatever we want.
That's true. We could do whatever we can do whatever we want on this show. We're going to take a break, in fact. But when we get back, talk about the NFL season awards after the Cleveland Sports Awards. We'll talk about that and more when we get back here on The Big Factor. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to The Big Factor After Dark. Ryan
Big
Tyler,
Factor
Jack
After
O'Rourke,
Dark.
Nick Perdone.
We should have just
I
went
can't
live
speak.
tonight.
Yeah, we should have.
Yeah, too late now.
Yeah.
We're brought to you today, of course, by our great friends at Fairway Ford. Fairway Ford, Ohio is the biggest Ford truck dealership in the state. They have the largest selection of Ford F-150s as well as Super Duty trucks. And I promise you, they will not be beat on price by any other Ford dealers. Do not let a short drive to Canfield, Ohio prevent you from saving thousands. Yes, that's thousands of dollars on your new truck. Fairway Ford, the largest inventory of new Ford trucks, lowest pricing, as well as the same hometown level of service. Visit fairwayfordohio.com. That's fairwayfordohio.com. Guys, the NFL awards are out. Literally, we're just hours removed. When you guys will see in this, you'll have a good night's rest to soak it all in. We'll start with the most important one, the biggest one, of course, the Walter Payton Man of the Year award, Eric Armstead. Just kidding. MVP Josh Allen wins it, guys. I'm happy to see he wins it. I think he deserves it. Lamar Jackson, he could have said he won it or should have deserved it. But I think when you look at the casting crew around them, what Josh Allen meant to the Bills is a little bit more than what Lamar Jackson means to the Ravens. That's not to take away, but you do have Derrick Henry games where he's willingly won them. You can't really say the same with James Cook. Great back, but he's not Derrick Henry level. You look at the cast around him. You lose Gabe Davis. You lose Stephon Diggs. You bring in Keon Coleman. Who else? I can't think of it. Khalil Shakur, who's had a great season, but guys, these aren't world beaters.
Right.
I
Put them on other teams.
I think,
they're
yeah.
If Khalil Shakir is on the Cleveland Browns this year, he has 400 receiving yards.
If that.
Yeah.
I mean, the quarterback, and all of those would have come in Jameis games, because that was the only time the ball moved. I think Josh Allen would have had my vote. Had I had an MVP vote, it would have gone to Josh Allen. So pumped for him, to win his first MVP. I'm sure he'd be the first to say that he'd rather trade it for the Super Bowl, or the chance to play in a Super Bowl. But we've talked about it on this show, and we've really talked about it on the network. Josh Allen could become one of these guys who is an all-time great, like a hands-down all-time great, but his legacy is going to be kind of dismantled by Patrick Mahomes and this Chiefs dynasty that they're on right now. So it's dope to see that he's at least getting the personal accolades now.
Yeah.
And then hopefully down the line, the Super Bowls and the team success will come. Because also too, I think the Bills have areas of improvement. Like we just talked about, he won MVP because he elevated that roster. There are areas on the Buffalo Bills that could be improved this offseason to help Josh Allen a little bit to make the Super Bowl next year. But
Myles Garrett, Brandon Beane is looking right at you, brother.
No, you can't.
You don't
trade
think
him
so?
for
I
the
think it's
Buffalo
possible.
Bills. No, I mean,
man, there was a lot of Myles Garrett talk tonight at Cleveland Sports
I
Awards.
mean, of course. I mean, it's the biggest story right now, really.
Yeah.
I mean,
It is.
Josh Allen got 27 first place votes. Lamar Jackson 23. So it was kind of close, but Josh Allen edged him out there. Well deserved.
Ryan,
as I said.
with it too, I think worth noting, Nick, you said it on the last segment, innocent until proven guilty with Bobby George. One of 3 Bills
Where's
now
this
to win
going?
MVP along with Thurman Thomas and O.J. Simpson.
Yeah.
Did O.J. Simpson win an MVP?
Oh,
He
yeah.
did. Yeah, he had 2,000 rushing yards in 14 games.
Dude, there's a new O.J. Simpson thing on Netflix. I feel like they're just going to
How many more can there be?
They're going to just make new O.J. Simpson things every 2 years. I haven't watched it, but it's the #1 thing in Netflix top 10, of the
This
section.
happens every 2 years.
Yeah.
Remember, there was the whole Rob Kardashian with the
Yeah.
guy from Friends. That was 4 or 5 years
David
ago.
Schwimmer.
What'd you say?
Yeah, David Schwimmer played
Yeah.
Kardashian. Yeah, that's funny. What was I'm losing my train of thought?
Yeah,
thinking
we're
about the
deleted. Like
Kardashians.
we literally so like for
Oh,
people
I was
that
gonna
are
say
watching
OJ.
this-
I was gonna make a joke. Now it's kind of ruined. I was gonna say OJ Simpson one kill off a UAV, but now it's kind of ran its course. The joke did.
It's okay.
NFL Coach of the Year, Kevin O'Connell, also I think very well
Deserved.
deserved. It's
Yeah.
not a postseason
Who else
award.
would you give that to?
Maybe Dan Campbell, but at the end of the day, you factor in
Yeah.
expectations. This award usually goes to one of two. It's a team that just absolutely dominates,
Yep.
like Dan Campbell did, Kevin O'Connell too, or a coach that brings a team to the playoffs for the first time in a
Overachieve.
long time, like you see Kevin Stefanski where he did. We won Coach of the Year the first time back in 2020. So very well deserved. I think he deserves it.
Yep.
I just said that twice. That just proves right now I'm absolutely delusional. I don't know who else you would have gave it to. Maybe Dan Campbell, but at the end of the day, I think Kevin O'Connell, with the expectations coming into this season, what you got out of Sam Darnold, and he's a genius play caller. Let's call it
Yeah.
for what it is. He
Yeah.
right now, guys, is he the best head coach named Kevin?
Ooh, probably.
Yeah.
I was going to
probably.
ask. So you guys mentioned how the Big Play Sports Awards, we could do some negative ones as well, or the opposite. Does Matt Eberflus win Worst Coach of the Year?
Has to.
Yeah.
Who was worse? That Thanksgiving game, like I wake up sometimes.
I think about that sometimes,
yeah,
too.
I'm like, what in the world was he doing?
Because, bro, literally, it's just like if these guys played Madden growing up, they wouldn't make some of the mistakes that they make in games. It's
Yeah.
incredible. Like, just clock manage. It's the easiest part of your job. Or they have a guy next to them most of the time, too, right?
Yeah.
What the hell is that guy doing?
Especially like end of game stuff. Like you literally go like you don't even need to call plays. Like ask Madden. You know the three plays that they
Turn
give
on
you.
shoe clock and get out of there.
Yeah. Or either HB dive up the middle or some sort of slant.
Maybe a
Just
HB
get
toss
the-
crack.
What about a mesh
Yeah.
concept? I always run mesh
concepts.
Dude,
Yeah,
I
so
love
you-
slot
you get a lot
fade
of
in the new
action
college
over
football
the
Those
game.
go crazy when I absolutely interfere with the route, but they don't call it because it's a video game.
The
What's
thing
your
is,
what's
though,
your
like,
this year in college football? What's your OG play or your go-to play?
Oh,
I haven't played that game in a minute. That game kind of fell off quick for me at
Oh, I
least.
still
Oh.
play it all the time.
what is it? Oh gosh, I can't think of it right now. It's tight end something. It has a weird name.
Tight
end
end
tack?
seam.
No,
Overload.
no,
Drive.
no.
Tight end drive is fun.
Yeah,
It
good
might-
play.
I don't
I love
know.
hitting the third tight end.
It's tight end.
I'm a big
something.
slot fade guy.
Slot fade.
Oh, yeah.
The RPOs in NCAA are disgusting.
Oh, they're
Yeah.
so fun.
like you can run down the whole entire field running RPOs.
Yeah,
There's
it's
nothing
kind of
they
like
can do about
it's almost like a little bit unfair though.
It is unfair.
That's
I
how
do,
college
yeah.
football is sometimes.
That
Though,
is
dude.
true.
Like Jackson Dart had 500 passing yards a
is-
game, and he's not even a
yeah.
first round pick.
Dan Campbell got 19 first place votes. Kevin O'Connell won with 25. Andy Reid got 4. Sean Payton won. Dan Quinn won. Yeah, that sounds about right.
I love
Oh,
the
real
one,
quick.
I love the one votes. You know, like
Yeah.
the whoever submitted their ballot, like conviction. You know, I don't care if I'm the only one. I'm putting Sean McVay.
Did you guys see the picture of John Gruden with Sean Payton and those two girls? So Sean Payton's a married man. It's just like a normal, like posted on Twitter picture. Has the biggest like handful of ass of all time in the picture of some girl that is not his wife.
It doesn't
That's
matter. He's
insane.
famous. It's fine. You can do that when you're famous and rich. Nobody cares.
Unless
Wait.
you're urban, you got to win games.
Yeah,
It's true.
He got kicked out of Jacksonville because he was a horrible head coach in the NFL. You can't grab ass if you're a horrible head coach in the NFL. Sean
fair.
Payton can grab ass because he's a Hall of Fame head coach. I mean, those are the rules. I don't make them. I just follow them sometimes.
Tracy Porter.
NFL
Is he a Hall of Fame head coach? We're putting him in the
I
Hall.
don't know.
Put him in
Yeah.
the Hall of Fame for one Super Bowl.
I mean, if
Greg
you look
Williams
at the
merchant,
longevity,
by the way, like
Yeah, he is a Greg Williams
yeah,
merchant.
Without Greg
And Blake
you see-
Williams on the tight end coach side.
Yeah. I think he was
yeah.
an offensive line coach.
well,
but that's
I don't
all
know.
right.
Maybe he'll win one with Bo Nix, and then we'll certify it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would for
that
sure.
would be that would for sure certified.
Up for the Heisman next year, by the way. Bo next could be his year.
What?
What?
He was just in the Heisman race for like 4 years. It's like a big joke on the internet.
Me and
That
Nick
is
were like,
true.
what?
That's true.
NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year, Jared Verse for the Rams. Comeback Player of the Year, Joe Burrow. Yeah, I guess.
Wait,
I mean,
Jared
that's
Verse
expected.
won Defensive Player of the Year.
Rookie.
Oh, Rookie of the Year. I was about to say.
Good for
I'm
Quinyon
like,
Mitchell for
wait
being
a
up there.
minute.
He's a Toledo kid, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
DB. Braden Fisk won. Tareeb Still. Who? Kalen Bullock. Who? Mike Saren Still. Who?
He went to a good college,
the
I
dude on
think.
the
I don't know anything
Commanders.
about him, though.
NFL Comeback Player of the Year, I said Joe Burrow. Yeah, that makes sense, I suppose.
Who else was up
Can't
there?
give him MVP,
Yeah, I
so
mean,
give him
people,
that.
dude, Joe Burrow winning comeback player of the year is cool because like people were convinced, convinced themselves in training camp off of a couple like blurry cell phone videos, like of Joe Burrow gripping a water bottle at practice.
Oh,
like,
yeah. That
he's
was
not-
big because I cut Enter the Jungle. That was big on Enter the Jungle.
He's
for a
like,
while, yeah.
they're not gonna. He's not gonna be able to throw the football, and like he was fine all year. Like honestly, if the Bengals didn't have Joe Burrow, they might have went 0-17 last year. So
Guys,
like, they were fine. Like the whole thing ended up being the dumbest thing ever.
I hate to be that guy. I really do. because something bad happened to him. But DeMar Hamlin's been back for 2 years now.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I said, I hope
really?
my eyes aren't deceiving me. I'm loopy, but three votes for DeMar Hamlin. Can we stop?
He had a good year, though.
He had a great year, but he played last year. Like, nothing happened to him. It's like he didn't come back for anything last year.
He didn't even do anything last year. I get it. You want to give it to him because he died on a football field and came back.
Joe Flacco getting the Browns to the playoffs won over.
At least Joe Burrow winning this award, we found the plot again, because we had lost the plot. Like Joe Flacco last year, it was a magic carpet ride. Like as a Browns fan, one of the best seasons I've ever had. But Joe Flacco, comeback player of the year, what did he come back from? He came back from sucking, and decided to be good. So at least we found the plot. Like Joe Burrow had an actual injury. He came back. He proved that he was still Joe Burrow. Like I'm glad that we at least determined the plot.
You're right. Like, what if Jake Browning started last year? What's that team's record? 3-14.
They might
probably?
have been. I don't know if it's even that. Like that defense was
they were bad,
horrible.
Shout out Lou Anarumo.
Shout out Golden.
Offensive player of the year, Saquon Barkley. That's no surprise. You just NFL refuses to give the MVP award to somebody else other than a quarterback. Haven't had that since 2012 when AP won it.
He should celebrate tonight. Like Saquon should treat this like he's an MVP.
He should get just super fucking wasted and give the Chiefs the 3-peat, so I don't have to watch Nick Sirianni act happy. That's just in my humble opinion, but I don't think he'll do that. He seems like a pretty smart cookie.
Yeah.
Ninth player to eclipse 2,000 yards rushing. Yeah, he was absolutely disgusting this season. People are talking about the biggest free agency signing ever.
We dog on the Browns, on this network a good deal, and deservedly so, because they've done a handful of stupid things in the not so, distant past. Dude, the New York Giants, let that guy walk for nothing. They got nothing. And then he goes to a division rival on a, somewhat team-friendly deal. Like, I mean, for a running back, like, he got a decent chunk of change, but
it's getting less than George Yang here.
Yeah, but that's not screwing them long-term. Like, they pretty much gifted their divisional rival a direct trip to the Super Bowl.
And his son told him to draft Jaden Daniels. And he did. His son told him.
Yeah. He was like, and like that clip is so good.
Yeah,
the fact that he's like, you only get this job once, like trade up, draft Jaden Daniels. Like, it's true. The kid's right. Like, how many GMs, that you see and you hear of, get that job once, they get fired, they're back to being a personnel guy, which there's nothing wrong with that, but you only get the chance to run your own show.
It could be better, man. I mean, Paul DePodesta, look at him. He's living out in the middle of California, got nothing going on.
I don't want to talk about Paul DePodesta, man. I don't want to talk about Paul DePodesta one bit.
We just had a good evening.
NFL Defensive Player of the Year. In my opinion, Greg Newsome snubbed. It goes to Pat Surtain II, set third quarterback since '95 to win the award following Charles Woodson. Stephon Gilmore in 2019. Trey Hendrickson was second. Myles Garrett was actually third. TJ Watt fourth. Zach Ball and Kirby Joseph. Andrew Van Ginkel, Jonathan Grenard each get a vote.
Myles Garrett only 5 first-place votes.
I mean, listen, you won 3 games. I mean, that's just how these awards go. Rookie of the Year, I mean, without a debate, it was Jaden Daniels. Absolutely disgusting he is. He's so good.
Good for
Brock Bowers won. I fuck with that. That would have been me.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
by the vote, I would have been the guy to do that.
Jaden Daniels 49. Brock Bowers got his 1 vote.
Yeah. Did nobody laughed when I said Greg Newsome was snubbed?
I thought it was funny.
Thank you.
I didn't even hear it, to be honest.
Okay. All right, we're gonna take another break. When we get back, Super Bowl, the big game, guys. Just 2 days away. 3 as we're recording this, but tomorrow it'll be 2. Or no, my math's wrong, right? No, of Friday.
Friday technically counts, but then Saturday and the game will be Sunday night.
All right, we'll give our picks. We'll break it all down when we get back here on the Big Factor.
Let's do it.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to The Big Factor here on the Big Play Sports Network. Ryan, Tyler, Jack O'Rourke, Nick Padone. Guys, just days away from Super Bowl LIX 59, whatever you want to call it. That's where we're at. Chiefs opened this one as a 1.5-point favorite. It's since gone down to just 1 point, over under 48.5. Will we see the first three-peat in NFL history, or will we see Nick Sirianni holding the Lombardi trophy and me wanting to absolutely jump headfirst off Key Bank? I don't know. I don't know what to expect. I'll let you guys go first in your predictions, but I'm excited regardless. It's not the matchup America wants, but it's the matchup America gets.
Yeah. A lot of people tonight that we talked to on the Eagles, which I was surprised. Like
really?
and that's kind of like I think the Chiefs win this game like pretty easy. Like a lot of people are on the Eagles, like that. Seriously, like Jensen said Eagles. Reflog's been on the Eagles all week.
Bobby George said Eagles.
No, he didn't. Like there are a lot of people on the Eagles. And that's surprising to me. Like I'm on the Chiefs, I think.
Yeah, I'm going with the Eagles on this one, too. I'm a big Jensen Lewis rider, personally, but... What?
Yeah, pause.
Shut up. We're not 5 years old. But, yeah, I'm taking the Eagles in this one. I don't know. Just the Chiefs have had this black magic all year long. It's going to run out at some point. I don't think they're going to three-peat. It's just too perfect of a script. They're going to drop this one. I'm going to go Eagles by 4 in this one.
The one thing Jensen did say that kind of scares me a little bit, Jensen and some other people did, like... The point that I heard tonight for the first time that I haven't heard all week is the fact that like the Eagles have a lot of or not the Eagles, the Chiefs have a lot of pressure. Like the three
What?
What?
That doesn't even make sense.
Ryan is crying. Ryan, like right now, cannot even change the camera. He's crying.
What? I'm so confused.
This is textbook definition late night big factor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on the Chiefs. But there's a lot of pressure. Ryan can't even speak right now.
I mean, that didn't even make sense.
I'm on the Chiefs as well. I think they win this game.
There's pressure, though.
I think
that's starting to scare me now.
Stop saying that.
Why?
Are you okay?
I think the Chiefs will win this game. I think it'll be.
I don't either.
I'm completely.
I think it'll be a close game. I think when you go back to when they played just 2 years ago, Saquon Barkley, if you put him back in that instance, you would say the Eagles would win because Saquon Barkley, the difference he's made through the season and the postseason, that is, has just been tremendous. You can't overstate it enough. He's just been absolutely amazing. The thing is, I think it kind of this Saquon high comes down a little bit. You played you played the Rams, you played the Commanders, who aren't known for the run defense. They're not very good at it. Meanwhile, you're going against Chris Jones and company on Sunday. Yeah. I think that'll be a big difference. And I'm just simply going to put it like this: I'm not betting against Patrick Mahomes in the biggest game. It's the Tom Brady Invitational, but it damn very well could be in the near future. The Patrick Mahomes Invitational, not even factoring the refs. I'm not buying into all that, but I think Andy Reid, much better head coach than Nick Sirianni is. Patrick Mahomes is much better than Jalen Hurts is. They might have more skill position talent when you're looking at the Eagles standpoint, but I just think when it comes down to coaching is what matters the most in the Super Bowl. And I'm going to go to the Chiefs to have the three-peat, which I'm not thrilled about. But
this might be a little bit of a hot take because, like, the one thing that I saw a funny TikTok or something that it was like, you know, every conversation when you're at the Super Bowl, and like as somebody that's gone to like Super Bowl Media Week a couple times, this is so true. Like when you wrap up like your small talk conversation with whoever you're forced to be communicating with, people are always like, "I just hope it's a good game." You know, I hope it's a good game. That's kind of how you like wrap the conversation. I kind of hope that this is a blowout, you know, especially because I'm going to bet on the Chiefs in this game. I'm so sick of hearing like the complaints about the refs, and I'm not even a Chiefs fan. I just genuinely don't think there's like anything going on. And I say it all the time, like refs do help teams by doing little things, but you're taught from CYO sports, like don't let a ref impact the outcome of your games. I'm so sick of like all these crybabies. I hope this Super Bowl is a blowout. It feels crazy to say, but I really do. Like I would love nothing more than like it to be like close at first, so you kind of got a little bit of something to watch, and then like come, you know, out of, you know, after Kendrick Lamar, like Mahomes just lights it up and it's like 38-10.
What's the last blowout Super Bowl we've had? Because
Broncos-Panthers, maybe?
There has to be one.
That's
before.
the first one I thought of because of how big the difference was.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna look
the Seahawks one, there's close, right?
No, the Seahawks.
Oh, the Chiefs blew out the Buccaneers in the COVID year.
Yeah, no, the Buccaneers blew out the Chiefs, you mean?
No,
Yeah,
I thought the Chiefs
Brady-
were the
Brady-
the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
Blew them out? Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Buccaneers blew the doors off Mahomes. The Seahawks blew out the Broncos.
Yeah, like,
in the
all right, so
okay.
I have it pulled up right here. So last year, 25-22. Philly, KC the year before, 38-35. That was a fun game.
Yeah,
Like, looking
it
back,
was.
that's a fun, high-scoring game. 23-20, Rams and Cincy. Tampa Bay, 31, Chiefs 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
See,
the one.
I like, maybe it's glass half full, glass half empty. I want the Eagles to blow the doors off the Chiefs, so it is that the refs were helping them the whole entire year. I'm the opposite. I want to see the downfall of Mahomes.
All right, I'd hear that argument.
I don't want it to be a blowout. I want it to be fun because it's the last game of the season.
Our commercial,
It's just-
by
yeah,
the
it's
way,
gotta be
free
good
plug,
through the
Yeah.
commercial.
free
That's
plug,
it.
our commercial, like near the end or the end of the first quarter. We'll be towards the end, if not the end of the first quarter. That's when the big play Super Bowl commercial's going up.
Yeah, what's your guys' favorite Super Bowl food?
Food.
Buffalo chicken
food.
dip. Buffalo chicken dip.
Wing dip, yeah.
No,
Right?
I said buffalo chicken dip.
Okay, so you guys are both the same.
Yeah.
Probably like some mozzarella sticks.
Really? For the Super Bowl, though? We're not going to Speedway on a Thursday night.
Dude, I'm not getting my mozzarella sticks from Speedway.
Or I
What do
meant
you think
Sheets. I
this
meant
is?
Sheets.
Town
my
Hall's
bad.
Not
mozzarella
Sheets
sticks.
either.
Oh, Sheets has good mozzarella sticks.
They do.
Yeah.
I'm not hating on their mozzarella sticks, but this is, dude, Super Bowl. You crack them out the freezer bag, throw them in the oven. Like,
I
you
like
do
some
it
pretzels,
right.
too.
Get some hot marinara. Yeah, some soft pretzels.
Oh, yeah. Are you guys more mustard or cheese for pretzels?
Cheese. Mustard's disgusting.
You know, I agree with that. But I will say the mustard has its place. Like every now and
yeah, it
again,
does.
In hell.
when they
Don't be too high
when
and
they-
muggy to like mustard.
when
What the
they
hell's wrong
bring
with
me
you?
out-
Mustard's
You're from
fucking
Cleveland.
gross.
You're from Cleveland.
facts.
You have Bertman's Ballpark mustard and whatever they call
What
it.
does Cleveland have to do with mustard?
because of the Bertman's like stadium. But I
Yeah,
don't know.
Cleveland's a big mustard city.
Here's my take though. You guys got to hear me out on this.
What do you mean what? It is.
He's ass in the Derby in the Progressive Field.
They bring out the soft pretzel, and you're mostly gonna eat the cheese, but like the mustard's like enticing enough.
Oh, yeah.
Where
Mustard's
every,
a place.
we're like every,
Oh, you get some bites in there.
every like fourth or fifth bite, I'm like, I'll rip it in the mustard.
Yeah, you got to survey your options. You know, you got
Yeah,
you
guys
no
are
stone
absolutely
unturned.
Absolutely foul. Honey mustard's fine. Mustard, absolutely disgusting.
Dude, so like on a hot dog,
yeah,
what do you put on a
get
hot
ready.
dog?
Get ready. Hot take. Mayo.
On a hot dog?
We've actually done this before.
Mayo on
Like,
a
this
hot
has
dog
been
is
clipped.
good.
Ryan has been clipped saying mayo on a hot dog before.
Yeah,
I vividly remember.
It's fantastic.
What's your guys like weird food thing?
I don't have one.
I don't think I do either.
I'm very normal.
I hate ketchup too. I think it's absolutely disgusting.
I don't think it's that crazy.
I
But I
actually
like
know
tomatoes.
some. That's not.
I
That
like
one's not that
tomatoes, though.
crazy.
I hate breakfast food. Period. I think like
That's
pancakes, French
okay,
toast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? I
Like
love
when like
pancakes.
breakfast for dinner is the worst day of the week for me.
That's crazy.
have
I
that
love
often?
breakfast food.
Do you have a breakfast for dinner day often or something?
I think my family mixes in a fair amount.
Yeah,
Not
my-
every week, but I think it's in there every 2-3 weeks.
When I lived at home, my parents would stay doing that. It's easy. You
Yeah.
know? Throw a couple pancakes.
We got the stomach issues too with the Crohn's, so you got to eat the light foods that aren't too heavy on the stomach, and that pancakes, French toast are those foods for sure.
Okay.
How'd we get here?
We got to take another break. When we get back,
The Super Bowl.
2 more things. We're gonna talk about DeAndre Hunter to the Cavaliers.
Yeah.
Shout out Kobe Altman. I saw him earlier. I wanted to dap him up, but he didn't look in the mood for that, so I didn't do that. And Jake Paul versus Canelo, which I know absolutely nothing about. I'll leave it to
I don't think anybody.
Nick. He probably knows the most about that. Hey, stick around. We'll be right back. Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Big Factor Big Play Sports Network. Ryan Tyler, Jack O'Rourke, Nick Padone, DeAndre Hunter, the newest Cleveland Cavalier. The Cleveland Cavaliers ship off George Day, Karis LeVert, as well as picks. You bring in DeAndre Hunter, the much-needed 3-and-D wing guy that you haven't really had since LeBron James. Yeah. Not at all comparing him to LeBron James, of course, but the fact is you haven't had that presence there since LeBron James left for the second time. And now this is a great addition. I mean, you're looking at the Cavs potentially a move to beat the Boston Celtics is what it really comes down to. I think it's a great addition.
Yeah, you got a big athletic guy who can cover those guys like Tatum now on the outside, and I think it's a welcome addition for sure, especially when you've been clamoring for that 3-and-D guy for so long now.
Yeah, I mean, you look at it too, like the Cavs had so many players on their roster last year that were like exactly the same.
Yeah.
You know,
clones.
And that's not like a disrespect thing, but like Karis, George, Max Strus, Dean Wade, like
they blended them together.
Yeah, they all play a similar brand of basketball. I will say it'll be nice for Cavs fans to not have to like spin the Karis LeVert wheel every night. I saw Tony Pesta tweeted that, and I thought it was funny because it's true. Like, you guys know what I'm talking about, that tweet where it's like every night Karis LeVert spins a wheel.
It's like the Baker Mayfield cycle, kind of?
No, so it goes like every night Karis LeVert spins a wheel, and it decides which NBA player will haunt him for that night. And like some nights it's Michael Jordan.
Oh, yeah.
You know, when Karis is on, like he's very good. But some nights it's like Anthony Bennett, and he's just absolutely horrible, chucking up like the craziest mid-range shots for no reason. So we're done spinning the wheel. You know, we got a guy that's very consistent. He's in the 6th man of the year race. At least he was. You know, the Cavs are probably going to put him directly in the starting lineup. And the cool thing about this trade too, like I love this trade. The picks don't matter. You know, second round picks, you buy second round picks. You're not getting anything out of second round picks. And then like the players that you lost, it's a bummer, but you kept Jalen Tyson. That's a trade chip at some point. If you decide to use it. You kept Max Strus, another trade chip, or a player that could contribute, and you still kept the 2031 first-round pick, which is kind of what everyone thought was the foregone conclusion that had to get traded to make this happen. So they find themselves under the luxury apron. Like, this is a perfect trade for the Cavs right now.
Yeah, dude, I'm so bad today. Jesus H. Christ. That's another good point, though, Nick, is you get under the luxury tax apron.
Yeah.
And your team got better. So you kind of killed two birds with one stone. Kobe Altman been on a heater lately.
He's on a heater,
all the credit
man.
in the world. I would have been the first one to criticize him when he ran back to court 4. I didn't think it was enough to just bring in a guy named Kenny Atkinson, and all of a sudden you were going to be one of the best teams in the league. But here we are in the beginning of February, and you're number 1 in the East, number 1 in the league, really. And Kenny Atkinson's now coaching the All-Star team.
I said this too, Ryan. I think there's a world. I tweeted this out. I think there's a world where Kobe Altman got so mad. You know, like this is his villain arc right now. He got so mad that so many people doubted the core 4. And then, like, now that it's working, he's like, yes. And he's like slowly starting to become like an evil genius. And like, he's wanted DeAndre Hunter for years. Like, it came out today that they did extensive work on him in the 2018 draft. And obviously the Hawks took him the pick before the Cavs were at 8, and they took Colin Sexton. So like, wanted Hunter for years, finally gets him. Now we're hearing Ben Simmons. That name comes up at the deadline every year for the Cavs, and has probably since 2018. So Kobe Altman is just like, everyone doubted him, and now he's slowly assembling like his version of the Avengers, and seemingly Kenny Atkinson is the guy that anything that you throw at him, like, he could make it work. So there's just no reason to be anything but excited about this trade.
Sad to see the minivan go, although maybe it'll be a good thing for him and Karis LeVert, maybe more minutes, especially in Karis LeVert's case, a chance to go and actually make more money, because you probably weren't getting the contract that the Cavs would give you, that's for sure. All right, we'll end the big play, the big factor here with Jake Paul versus Canelo. I don't know anything about this. This literally just broke, 2 hours ago?
Yeah, like if that.
So this is a confirmed fight.
Confirmed fight, like,
and it's boxing.
ESPN,
right?
ESPN, you know, like actual at ESPN, like, put out there, this is a sanctioned match. You know, it's gonna take place in Las Vegas. It seems like it's like all but final. Like, they haven't announced it, but I mean, if ESPN's reporting on it, like, their sources are probably pretty cemented. You know, Jake Paul always says like he wants to be champion. He wants to be champion. Like, I don't know that anybody really buys that, but like, fighting Canelo Alvarez, like, that's actually a step towards like becoming something legitimate. Like, nobody took the Mike Tyson thing serious. Like, nobody's taken, you know, for sure, like the, you know, NBA guys and stuff. Like, none of that has been serious. But like, Canelo's the type of guy that, like, this is Jake Paul, you know, and I'm not hating on him. Like, I bet on all these fights. I've won a ton of money on Jake Paul fights, like throughout since this madness started. But Canelo is like a real, like, one of the greatest at this division. I mean, he's 34, so it's not like he's in his prime, but he's also not Mike Tyson, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it'll definitely be better than Ben Askren, be better than Mike Tyson.
Basically, Tyron Woodley.
All these UFC, all the UFC guys, Anderson Silva.
Yeah, come on.
You know, or what Diaz brother, you know, like didn't even take it seriously and got rocked. Like
Nate Diaz?
I think it's Nate instead of Nate. Yeah, like I don't know, man. Like that's a scary fight. Like Canelo has 2 losses, and it's Dimitri Bivol and that was when Canelo tried to move up in weight, which like in boxing is like guys will do that to kind of try to prove like how great they are. Like I could fight at any weight, but usually when you go up in weight, you get beat. Like it's hard fighting guys that are bigger than you. And Bivol in that fight, like I watched that fight live, dominated him from the start. And as a big underdog, like nobody thought he was going to win that fight, but dominated Canelo.
Do we have a date for the fight?
His other loss is Floyd Mayweather. Like pre-Manny Pacquiao Floyd Mayweather, like early in Canelo's career. So like those are your 2 losses. Like Jake Paul might get his head taken off. I think it's going to be, what did I say, like May 2nd or May 3rd,
4th,
whatever.
I think 4 or
it's whatever
4th,
that's
because 3rd.
Whatever that Saturday is.
Because the 5th is Cinco de Mayo Monday, so 3rd.
May 3rd in Las Vegas. I would love to be in Vegas for this. Like I love Canelo. Like the Paul fights are kind of like my thing. I feel like they're super fun just because it's great theater. You know, it's really what this is. And
cinema.
You do it in Vegas, which is like fight capital of the world. Like that'd be dope.
All right, well,
guys, it gives me very big Rocky IV start of the movie vibes. Like when you got Apollo Creed going up against Drago, I think he's going to take his friggin' head off.
Well, we shall see. All right.
Like, this is the one that like this is a real fight.
Yeah.
Like people want to throw around like that these are rigged or whatever. And I'm sure if Jake beats Canelo, you know, whether
how big is Canelo?
They're the same. Like Canelo's a true kind of like cruiserweight. Okay. You know, so same like true weight as Jake. I saw they said that this is going to take place at 200. So that's about probably what like Jake Paul walks around at as a 6'2", 6'3" guy. I think Jake's taller, but that's just the thing. Like Jake is, for being 200 pounds and being 6'3", like a lot of those guys are 5'9", 5'10", 5'11". Like he's just a naturally big dude, and he's found a way to use that to his advantage. So I'm excited for this. Like this is
an iron jaw.
This is a couple months away. And like I am very excited for this.
All right, well, Super Bowl, as I mentioned, just 2 days away. Before we get out of here, score predictions. We have to do it. I'm going to go Chiefs 28, Eagles 21.
Eagles 24, Chiefs 20.
Should I do my blowout just for fun?
Sure.
I'll go Chiefs 30, Eagles 13.
Wow, that would be crazy if that
would
Clip
be.
that clip, boy.
All right, we got to head out of here. Happy Friday. We're about to go to bed.
Happy Friday,
God.
honestly.
Thank you to Fairway Forward. Thank you to Garage Beer. We'll be back Monday. Same people, not the same time in this case because it's late. Everybody have a fantastic weekend and enjoy the big game. Stay safe. Drink your Garage Beer responsibly. Gamble responsibly. And go make some damn money. We'll see you later.